let's get straight into this. Okay, let's get straight into this. I heard some stuff today, and normally I'm not rattled. I'm not shaking. It's nothing really surprises me anymore. But when I heard this, I said, you know what? I got to say something about this. This is something that, as a man, I have to speak on because I believe it's appropriate, and I also believe that it's necessary. A young man by the name of Jonathan Price died in Houston, Texas, within the last 24 hours. And there's been a lot of conversation about Jonathan Price. And I felt that some of the content creators on social media has been very disrespectful to his name and also his family. I'm going to let you hear what the news is saying about Jonathan Price, because it's so new. They haven't done the investigation. The officer involved has got administrative leave, but it's still fresh and no one really knows all the details. So I was kind of taken back when I seen these content creators say what they were saying about Jonathan Price, which was crazy as hell to me. So I'm gonna play this real quick for you guys so you can get some backstory on the situation.
Texas Rangers are investigating after a man was shot and killed by police. The shooting happened last night in Wolf City in Hunt County. Police say 31-year-old Jonathan Price was breaking up a domestic dispute between a man and a woman when police arrived. Fox 4's Stephen Dial has all the information that's been made available so far. Stephen.
Yeah, Natalie, a lot of information has not been made available since that shooting last night outside of the Exxon gas station there in Wolf City. People have been posting about the character of Jonathan Price, saying that he was a mentor, he worked for the city, and in their words, they believe he died protecting someone else. He was killed protecting someone else. Now, again, there's little information that has been released from the city. This morning, they posted saying that there was an officer-involved shooting Saturday night. They say the officer is on leave and the Texas Rangers are investigating. Friends and family say Price was with a friend when he pulled up to the gas station and saw a man hitting a woman. That's not confirmed by police. They have not released any other information and have not responded to any of our questions. Family we spoke to say the police arrived, tased Price, and shot him multiple times. The family says they do not know what happened to the people involved in the domestic incident. We talked to Price's mother and sister about their loss.
Didn't think that was the last time I was going to see him. He was walking out to the truck, going with his friend, with a smile on his face. He always smiled. Now he's gone.
Everybody loved Jonathan. I mean, everybody. Black, white, Mexican, it don't matter. He loved everybody. I mean, everybody loved him.
He was a role model for everybody. And he trained them, talked to them at school. And they took my baby.
Now, there may be video of the incident from the gas station or convenience store. At this time, we don't know if the cameras were in operation or if they captured any of that. Again, it's important to note that police and the city have not released any additional information or answered any questions yet in reference to this incident. There's a scheduled vigil tomorrow night.
The Texas.
Now, this is what I want you guys to think about real quick. His death just happened. So there are no key details in regards to, what actually happened, who did what, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. There's only an hypothesis, right? An educated guess about what happened. I was so taken back by what I seen on social media when I seen a content creator by the name of Cynthia G. And Cynthia G had a few choice words to say about Jonathan Price, and I'm gonna let y'all hear what she said, and y'all let me know how y'all feel about this. If you were Jonathan Price or if you was his family, how would you feel about hearing this? Your son has not been dead over 48 hours yet, and you have content creators on YouTube talking like this.
And they wouldn't let me get close to my baby. I just wanted to just hold his head. They wouldn't even let me do that. And I just wanted to crawl over to him. He always smiled. Now he's gone.
So I got this email from a subscriber, and I want to say shout out. She sent an email and said another coon another day. And this included a screenshot of a Facebook post that a black man made named Jonathan, a statement that he made in reference to these hashtagging situations and in reference to a statement that Lil Wayne made. And if you guys don't remember, earlier this year, Lil Wayne faced some criticism because he was talking about all these hashtag situations and the perspective of police, basically giving the whole a few bad apples and talking about how there was a situation in his life where an officer saved his life. It was really interesting, and Lil Wayne got a lot of heat for this because there were numerous songs that he made during his rap career where he talked about the exact opposite. But this isn't about Lil Wayne. The post is in reference to what Lil Wayne was saying in the statement, and basically this dude was co-signing it. So I want to read this email that she sent me, and then I'm going to get into this story. You guys have already seen the little clip in the beginning, so you probably already know what this is relating to. But it says, "Hi Cynthia, thank you for all that you do. I wanted to share some screenshots that my friend sent to me involving yet another receiving his wake-up call, and now his family is asking the black community for financial support and outrage. He was just explaining his dependency on women of no color in June, and now he's a hashtag today. How ironic." So whenever one of these situations come out, I've been telling black women, that they need to burn the cape, that they need to stand down, they need to stay at home, they need to not put themselves out on the front lines for a group of men who don't believe in protecting them. In addition to that, I've noticed a theme here with a number of the black male hashtags who, when you look into their background, they're with women of no color, they have anti-black female sentiments, and this really has been going on since at least Stephon Clark, the black man a few years ago, who became a hashtag, and he was with an Asian woman and had made numerous different comments negative about particularly dark-skinned black women. And at the time, I made commentary talking about why black women should not support this man. And I actually got a lot of backlash from black women in particular. This has not changed since I've been talking about this, because although black women will take to social media and they'll express their frustration for the lack of protection by black men, as soon as a hashtag situation come out, they don't reciprocate the favor. In fact, they do the exact opposite, and they talk about how we should engage in this unrequited loyalty, this unrequited advocacy, regardless to what the man stood for in his life. And I just don't believe that. I believe that in order for black women to get a different outcome out of black men, we're going to have to start dealing with them differently, meaning stop engaging in non-reciprocal relationships. If it's sad when you see somebody's mother crying and being emotional, expressing the loss of her son, absolutely, I wouldn't wish that on anybody. However, this is the issue in this country that black men are facing, that black men can deal with, but they refuse to. They don't stand up for themselves. They don't stand up for their women. They don't stand up for their children. They're literally sitting back, nesting. If they wanted this situation to end, they would get up and do something to make it end. So I stand by what I say when I say that black women need to stand down, stop putting on a cape for every black man that you saw. Yes, the way that he lived his life should determine whether you give him advocacy or support or put yourself in harm's way just to go out here and hold up signs and engage in ineffective protesting. Absolutely, you should vet these men. So let me get into this post. Now,
let me get into this. Let me explain to Cynthia G real quick. Now, I understand that based on your platform, it is built to empower black women to separate themselves from black men, to outline all of the bad things about black men. I get it. Got it. Okay? That's your niche. My issue is that sometimes you pick the wrong time and you show certain things about yourself. You reveal certain things about yourself that advocates other properties, other things, i.e. being vindictive, being bitter, okay, having poor judgment. When you talk about black men not protecting females, not protecting their homes, not protecting their children, black men should be offended by that. Because here's the thing, the black men you know are failing you. The black men you were in a relationship failed you. The black men of your children failed you. I think that we should be more specific versus generalizing, saying black men. My thing about it is this man has not been in the ground, not been dead 48 hours, and we're already saying we should not advocate for him because he was dating a white woman, because he liked white women. He doesn't deserve to be mourned. He doesn't deserve to be respected. Before the news can do the investigation, before the police can do the investigation, before the family can get any type of justice or any type of resolution on the situation, Cynthia G is now outlining how we as black women should not be advocating for this black man because he liked white women. Let me tell you what the situation is right now that we're facing. It is something worse than the coronavirus. It is something worse than any pandemic we probably has ever faced. And it's called people. It's called people. We want to advocate and we want to talk about police brutality. We want to talk about racism, but we don't ever talk about this gender war that we have. Can you imagine your son or your daughter who is now dating outside their race, and when they die to have a content creator create a video saying we should not advocate for them because guess what? They like white women or they like white men. Serena Williams died. Are we going to celebrate? Are we going to mourn her? Are we going to say that, you know what, she was the greatest or she was the worst because she dated outside her race? Eve and all these other people who married outside their race, do they get a pass? I find it absolutely disrespectful, disheartening, disloyal, and confusing to a certain extent. Because my thing about it is there are people that saying, well, since he liked white women, he doesn't deserve to be mourned. His hashtag, we should not be using his hashtag or whatever case it be. Well, here's the thing. First it was, if you black. So we were spinning the whole racism and police brutality piece, right? Then it was, if you're a criminal. Now it's, if you're dating outside your race. Well, goddamn. Like, can someone send me the checklist, please? Can you send me the check? Because then it's going to be, well, what was your credit score? Where did you live at? Did you have any kids out of wedlock? How many relationships you been in? Did you have your PhD? Like, then it's going to be the next stupid, idiotic comment that someone has to put on your life. Can you imagine someone say, well, since you didn't achieve what I think you should have achieved as a human being, since you failed to be perfect like me, can you imagine a content creator getting online talking to thousands of people saying, you know what, this some bullshit. We shouldn't be celebrating this person. They didn't like rap. They like opera. Can we imagine that shit? I'm just a little bit confused because I appreciate the like. Thank you for sharing. If you're just tuning in, this is Tough Love. This is Mario J. I am just trying to get a handle and a grip on what do we think is important nowadays. It shouldn't be black men against black women and vice versa, because we need to be united and figure out these problems as we move forward. We have a community that needs to take self-responsibility, and I just don't see, when a black man dies, why do we have to go down his resume? Why is it about going down a person's resume and if they counted or not? Well, you didn't do that much in the community, so you don't count. Well, they said he was a man of the community. They said he was educated. They said he was a good guy, but you ding him because he didn't like to date black women. Well, you don't know if that was some type of trauma that happened when he was younger, whether he was raped or touched by a black woman. You don't know if he went away to college and started playing football, started being around in his society or whatever the case may be, in his environment. It was only white girls. You see what I'm saying? You don't know what the situation is, but instead of you being responsible with what you're putting out and what you're reporting, you just find the narrative that since this black man had a preference, well, what if he was gay? day. What if he didn't drive a BMW? We put these narratives on people so that way we can dismiss the fact that, you know what, we need to do a self-reflection. Facts. Because when you look at these European people or whatever case, I mean, you say, okay, well, hey, I don't like people who wear weave. I don't like people who wear eyelashes. I don't like people who wear makeup. Should you be celebrated? Should you be mourned? Should we have a hashtag for you? You have to watch people who try to discredit people based on promoting my gender versus your gender. Because those people have not healed yet. Those people understand that there is money to be made. There is opportunity to be gained by pitting black men against black women and vice versa. We have an opportunity to look at this situation and say, you know what, man? This is an opportunity for us to build collectively, for us to build successfully, for us to build together. And when you have people who say, well, this black man was not perfect. We know he wasn't perfect. I haven't met a perfect person yet. I haven't met a perfect person. And before this man can get in the ground, you got people like Cynthia G saying black women stand down. Don't celebrate his hashtag because he like white women. So what? So what? So what? You don't know what happened in his life. You didn't care to find out what happened in his life. Everybody that came on the little tribute to him that was real quick on the news, it was black and white people. If you have that much hatred in your heart for people dating outside your race, listen, you're promoting racism. I'm just telling you right now, you're promoting racism. And for all those people to be applauding you, saying, yeah, I'm going to stand down. So what? He didn't like white. So he didn't like black women. So what? That's his prerogative. You see what I'm saying? That's his prerogative. That's his choice in life. And because he made a choice in life, it doesn't hinder you. You wasn't dating him. But this is what we do. We sit back in the cut and we create content, but we're not responsible with what we're saying. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Tough Love. I'm Mario J. Tell Cynthia G, come holler at me. Tell him come holler at me. Tell her stop pitting black men against black women. If you want black men to be responsible, you need to be responsible your goddamn self. You need to be responsible with what you're reporting. This man has not been dead for 48 hours and you took some damn posts that you don't know is real or not. You don't know if those posts that were made in regards to him liking white women are real or not. Are real or not. And you use those posts to create a blog to say, well, we shouldn't mourn his death. We shouldn't care about what's going on because he liked white women. Cynthia G, are you the epitome of a black woman? Are you the epitome of a black woman? Does the average black woman look like you? Does the average black woman sound like you? Does the average black woman carry a discontentment for black men? At what point in time do we say we need to build together? Let's stop saying, well, if your resume ain't got this and your resume ain't got that, then you don't count. You don't matter. Everybody matter. Everybody matters. You matter. I matter. Our children matter. The people that's behind us matter. And as soon as we start drawing the line in the sand, saying, oh, well, that black person don't matter. That black man don't matter. That black woman don't matter. God damn, who making the rules? Who's making the rules? Are you making the rules? Who's making the rules? I was so disappointed to see how many people were saying because this man had a preference of women. He had a preference of women. That didn't say he hated black women. But the amount of hate that you promoted is crazy. He made a couple posts if he made those posts, but you didn't even wait to see if that shit was legitimate or not. This man has not been fucking dead for over 2 days before his family could even get through a grieving process. Let me talk about it. Let me cash in on it. And you supposed to be the epitome of perfect. You're supposed to be somebody that we mourn. You're supposed to be someone that we rally behind, that we make a hashtag Cynthia G. You didn't even know him. You didn't even wait to get the rest of the information in regards to the investigation. You don't know if he was molested as a child from a black woman. You don't know nothing. But you spread this division between black men and women. That's crazy for no reason. All these people that we could be talking about, and I'm not saying this man was a saint, but what I'm saying is he doesn't deserve what you're doing. And I was just so surprised. I caught the back end of what you were saying, and I was just so surprised that no one said anything to you. No one said, well, won't you wait for the investigation to be done? Why are you doing this now? Is this to be relevant? Is this for content? I notice a lot of times when people do commentary like that, they hide their face. I notice that a lot of times when people do things that divide people, you know, they come from a hurt background. They come from a narcissist or a toxic type situation. And what they do is they put out the beacon for other people to listen to them because it's other people just like them. It's other women just like them that want to hear something about all black men are bad. Oh, you like white women? That means we don't respect you. Why? Why? This man was a pillar in this community. This man actually, and oh, well, he wasn't in the black community. How do you know that? How do you know that? You sit behind a computer screen and you get information and you use a little bit of information and you promote a 19 to 20 minute vlog and go online and try to use this to tell people that they should not mourn this man. They should not pick up signs for this man. How disrespectful is that? You're promoting the division. You're relishing in it because you're benefiting from it. And then to say that black men are not doing what they're supposed to do. Let me ask you a question. What black man in their right mind would be applauding what you're saying? What black man would be saying, yeah, she's telling the truth? Why are you separating us? If black people are messing up, then black people are messing up. It's not just black men. Did you attack the WAP? Did you attack Meg Thee Stallion for lying on Tory Lanez? Made a whole situation up because she was jealous of Kylie Jenner? Oh, I'm gonna tell everybody you shot me on purpose. But you got all these other content creators now knowing the truth. So you had all of these people running to her defense when she was the culprit. Did you talk about that? Did you talk about that? Ladies and gentlemen, stop letting people divide you. Think for yourself. Stop letting them divide you. This man ain't been dead for over 2 days. They ain't buried this man. They haven't done an investigation. His mom, fresh tears. Somebody says sheep mentally. You damn right. I will challenge Cynthia G and anybody else to a conversation about why they feel like talking about the division between black men and women, one, is necessary, because I believe it's necessary. But when you base your little commentary on, oh, this is about empowerment of who? What type of women are you trying to empower? Bitter women? Toxic women? Jonathan Price, we're not going to use your hashtag because you said you like white women. Because you made a hashtag about white women. So fucking what? So what? So you deserve to die. You worse than Candace Owens. And as long as we have people like that that's able to make content and spread that type of propaganda and nonsense, we're always going to be divided. But it's people like Cynthia G, they don't want to debate me. They don't want to have that live conversation because I'm going to ask some tough questions, and they're going to be looking crazy as shit in front of their audience. Are you telling me that we should not mourn this black man because of his preference in women. So when Cynthia G says, well, we should not mourn this black man because he was gay, because he had children out of wedlock, who's calling the shots? Can someone send me the list? Can you send me the list on what's important now? Because I just want to know if I'm gonna make the list or not. Well, he had a associate's degree, but he didn't have a PhD. He worked at 7-Eleven, but he didn't work in the hospital. People are coming up with all of these different narratives to say that we don't matter. And what's so bad about it, we keep blaming white people, but it's black people that's doing this shit. If white people say, oh, well, it's, police brutality it's not a real thing. It don't matter. Racism, we don't want to talk about racism. We ain't talking about mass incarceration, systematic racism. We're not talking about that. We're not talking about that. Then you get some black people that say, you know what? What if he like white women? What if he like, if he like white women, we definitely can't support him. We're finding every reason not to support each other. We look crazy out here. We look crazy out here. I know people are looking at this damn social media thing and they see videos like that. They say, look at them divided. Look at how petty and childish that looks. And she does this hiding behind a camera, talking about how we shouldn't support black men. And you got women applauding it, cheering and rooting for it. And none of them women knew that man personally. You don't know if he was paying somebody bills. You don't know if he was in a relationship with a black girl. You don't know nothing. You're going off a social media post. My next question, I'm gonna leave you with this and I'm gonna let y'all go. Okay? Can you imagine if that was your son or daughter and someone was telling the world that they should not be mourned or supported or remembered to a certain degree, supported to a certain degree because of the color of their skin, because of their sexual preference, because of the people that they decide to date? Can you imagine someone putting that stipulation on your child? Can you imagine that? Can you imagine what Jonathan Price's mother would say to Cynthia G? Do you think it would be you right? What gives you the right to tell someone that they don't have a preference? I don't like tall women. I like short women. I don't like fat guys. I like skinny guys. And because you make a choice that you don't agree with, they shouldn't be mourned and supported. And you rally other people up to say the same thing, to spread that propaganda. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Tough Love. I am Mario J. You tell everybody that got an issue with this goddamn live right here, come see me. Come see me. That's what's up. Peace.